If you're going to be rich, you have to learn to use debt. It's called other people's money.
Todos tenemos un momento en el que nuestras vidas cambian por completo. El vídeo que vais a ver a continuación es uno de los más importantes que he hecho porque es realmente lo que cambió mi vida, lo que cambió mi forma de ver el mundo, de ver la economía, de ver las finanzas y realmente los consejos esenciales más importantes que aprendí de Robert Kiyosaki hace ya mucho tiempo. En este vídeo lo que he hecho es condensar lo que en mi opinión es lo más importante que un inversor inmobiliario debe conocer o cualquier persona que desee tener una vida un poco más libre y cómoda que la media de la población, y por eso quiero que prestéis atención y sobre todo que intentéis ahondar y profundizar mucho más si realmente os veis inspirados. Estoy seguro de que si no hubiese leído Padre Rico y Padre Pobre, mi vida sería totalmente normal. Tendría ingresos normales, tendría un trabajo normal y tendría un patrimonio neto normal. Actualmente, gracias a haber aprendido eso y a profundizar muchísimo más después, según los últimos datos para el grupo de mi edad, mi patrimonio neto es 6 veces superior al de la media de mi edad y mis ingresos son 4 veces superiores. Esto no lo digo para alardear, lo digo para inspirar, para que sepáis que es posible, que si uno empieza joven, y yo no empecé demasiado joven porque empecé casi con 25 años, puede cambiar su vida. Sea cual sea el estado de tu vida, tu situación financiera actual, en 5 años puedes conseguir grandes cambios y en 10 puedes darle un vuelco total a tu vida. Por eso te recomiendo que prestes muchísima atención a lo que dice este vídeo y que profundices y entres en acción una vez lo acabes.
The 6 words that are basics of financial education, financial intelligence: income, expense, asset, liability. And the 2 other words are cash flow. And the secret to being rich is not a college education, but can you control cash flow? And this is what cash flowing looks like. And this was my poor dad: go to school, get a job, get your PhD. So the income comes in and it goes out this way. First line of expense is tax. So this is a poor person's cash flow pattern. It's not how much money you make. Most people, I don't care if you have a PhD or no school at all, but they can't control the cash flowing out through their expenses because you're a spendaholic. This is a middle class person's cash flow pattern. And this is where the house comes in when they get pay raise and all that. They buy themselves a bigger house. Oh, my house is an asset. But when you look at what happens with a house, a personal residence, something I live in, the money comes in and goes out through a mortgage. Oh, but I don't have a mortgage. You still have taxes, and you have upkeep. So money's always flowing out. So that's why your house is not an asset, is because it's taking money from your pocket. So very simply said, assets put money in my pocket, liabilities take money from my pocket. I started when I was 25, bought my first house, and it was an apartment, it was an investment property. I didn't live in it, I rented it out, and it put money in my pocket. So very simple, the definition of asset and liability is not the house or this, it's cash flow. Where is the cash flowing? Financial intelligence is the ability to control cash flow. You'll pay, most of your money will go out through taxes. And then they tell you to buy a house and a car. A car's a liability, you got insurance, gas, upkeep, and all this. Now, if you buy a taxi car, it could be an asset. It's cash flow. We just interviewed some National Football League players who make millions of dollars in their 20s, and most of them are broke in 2 years because they can't control cash flow. If you have a job, you pay tax, but income, the rich get richer because when you have asset income, taxes are less. When I rent a property, I've done a good job buying it and structuring it. Every month it sends me money. So I started off when I was 25, I had a little 1-bedroom condo. And it put 25 bucks in my pocket. It was a start. So this was good debt. You see, the debt also went out and paid, but it also put $25 in my pocket. So net, I was making money from my little house. So today, my wife and I own 6,500 of them. And every month, 6,500 houses put money in my pocket. But all of this comes from debt. And what makes it good debt are the two most important words: cash flow.
NOI means net operating income. Income minus expenses. That's all it is. And so it's important to know where you are financially. So a banker is going to look at your income after expenses. So that's a great way to say it.
Yeah.
I think it's really super simple. Wow. Real estate is very slow and very dumb.
Every month we get cash.
I like that. I like, we're not banking on something going up. This is called creating value. We're not parking our money in something and hoping it goes up. This is very strategic.
So everybody's got their point of view. Most people want to get rich quick. That's why they never get rich.
Yeah, this is not that.
Yeah, this is financial education. This is smart. This is having your banker be your partner.
Yeah, and these are long-term assets, by the way. This is a business. This is like managing a business. We would not sell these. So unlike the stock market or something, we're not trying to time things. We're trying to generate cash flow here and then move to the next one.
I lend Kenny, this is pretty common numbers. I lend him $1 million. He fixes all this. The bank gives him $3 million. I get my $1 million back.
Right.
And that is tax-free. And I still own the building with Kenny.
The reason it's tax-free is because when we use debt to pay back debt, so it's owed. So when Robert gets his money back, it's actually tax-free. You got to wonder why, if you can invest $1 million and get it back tax-free and still have lots of cash flow.
And still have the cash flowing.
It's a pretty simple model.
The question I ask all over the world, what does school teach you about money? And the answer is nothing. And that's not a mistake. That's not an accident. But the way to keep the poor and middle class working hard is never teach them what the rich know. And today in the world, America especially, is this gap between the rich and everybody else. And I know the game of the rich. My rich dad taught me, you know it because you're the banker. The game the bankers and the rich play is different than what they teach you in school.